Recently, the long-standing tug-of-war between the governments of Kerala and Tamil Nadu and their respective governors hit the big stage, the Supreme Court. On November 20, the two southern states led by Chief Ministers Pinarayi Vijayan and M.K. Stalin dragged their governors to the top court for hitting the brakes on important bills passed by the state assemblies. In the case of Tamil Nadu, a bench headed by Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud questioned Governor R.N. Ravi for sitting on bills since January 2020. On the other hand, the Supreme Court issued a notice to Kerala Governor Muhammad Arif Khan seeking response for an unwarranted delay in granting assent to 8 bills over a period of 8 and 24 months. In both these cases, the top court reiterated that a governor is not allowed to withhold approval of any important bills passed by the state legislature. And is it a new sight to witness courts interfering in matters where governors have stepped on the toes of ruling governments in states? Absolutely not. From the Shamsher Singh vs. State of Punjab 1974 to the 2016 Nabam Rabia case, this happens to be an issue caught in a loop. Which brings us back to the original question. Do we need governors at all? What purpose do Raj Bhavan serve? And what exactly is the governor's role in India's federal polity? Speaking to SoSouth, Psephologist Sandeep Shastri calls governors as legacies that have come down from the pre-independence era and that their role is drawn from the Government of India Act 1935. He believes that the governor's role right now is not what exactly the makers of our constitution envisioned it to be. Shastri also thinks that there is much ambiguity when it comes to the role of the governor. Are they the link or the bridge between the centre and the states, or are they agents of the centre in the states, he asks. Shastri reminds that the architect of our constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, believed that eminent people from different walks of life should make governors and not those who have been in politics. When I conducted a study on who became governors post-independence, I observed that about 80% of those who became governors have either been active politicians or have returned to politics once their stint as a governor ended, he said. The political analyst feels that this defeats the purpose of having governors in the states. With governors having the objective to act as a person of the centre, especially when a different political party is in power in the state, it does not serve the vision of India's founders. When asked if we really do need governors, Shastri swiftly replied, "Instead of abolishing the governor's post, it's time to look back at the original intentions with which the role was thought of." He believes that governors are an essential thread in the federal fabric of India, but the need of the hour is to appoint the right people and by following the right conventions. Shastri also suggests that it is time to re-examine the powers that governors hold and to limit it so as to protect the constitution and the federal framework of the country. On the other hand, political analyst Professor Muzaffar Assadi suggests that there is no harm in abolishing the governor's post. He said, "From conflicts between governors and state governments to conflicts between the state and the central government, and the delay in implementation of important bills. Considering all these issues, I believe that a democracy can work without nominal heads." Assadi terms governors as nothing but colonial hangovers. He adds, "For instance, a state government passes a reservation bill which is sent to the governor for assent. But imagine what if the governor does not assent and further sends the bill to the president. What would it lead to? Delay in providing rights to the marginalized. Isn't it better to avoid such instances?" But there are those who warn that one shouldn't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Dr. P.D.T. Achary, a constitutional expert, believes that instead of abolishing the governor's post, it needs to be worked upon. He said, "The debate about abolishing the governor's post is not new. But what must be done is there could be guidelines laid down about the functions of the governor. Courts can issue directives." He adds that the governor is oath-bound to uphold the constitution and to protect it. But when a governor sits on bills, like in the case of Tamil Nadu and Kerala, it is a violation of the oath. When governors sit on bills, it hinders the government from moving forward, which defeats the very purpose of the legislation, Achary said. Opinions might differ, but most agree that a reform is necessary, whether it's redefining roles, setting guidelines, or reconsidering appointments. The focus must be to realign the governor's post with the Constitution's original intent, to make sure that they play a meaningful role in the functioning of India's democratic system. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below. This is Afreen Hussain, and you are watching India Today SoSouth.